There's a line from the song Mind by Kelly Clarkson that I have had in my head all week leading up to this album, because she says eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. And so every time I think about like this album coming out and reacting to it, I go back to that and I get that song stuck in my head. Tonight, we're going to be listening to Ariana Grande's most recent album called Eternal Sunshine. I am very excited for this. I am feeling very hopeful that I will like this album, despite the fact that I don't really love the single. It's still not a song that I've really gone out of my way to listen to. So that makes me kind of concerned that I might not vibe with this album, or it might not be my cup of tea. But regardless, I think it's going to be an interesting listening experience. I'm feeling very like springy, very hopeful, and I hope you are too. Really looking forward to like possibly getting some hopeful vibes in this album. Ariana always has this very unbothered mentality, and I feel like we're going to get that a lot in this album, especially after hearing the single. That is like the most unbothered kind of song that I can imagine, and that theme continues throughout her discography of just like being unbothered and not really caring what anyone else thinks and just doing your own thing. And so I very much think that that could be the message behind this album as well. Ariana plays around with her genres a little bit, you know, she does a little bit of pop, she does some R&B vibes, so it will be interesting to see what she leans into the most on this album, especially because there's only one single. I feel like when one single is out and there's no other indication as to what the album sound is going to be, it makes me even more curious. I'm starting to hate artists that put out like single after single. As far as the track list goes, it's really interesting because there's a lot of like magical sounding songs on it, like Saturn Returns, Supernatural, Eternal Sunshine. You know, there's this element of the supernatural that is in the track list. The songs that I am the most curious to hear are We Can't Be Friends, The Boy Is Mine, and Bye. Because why is she saying bye in the number 2 track? But without further ado, let's get into the first track. It is actually called Intro, The End of the World. So I think that's kind of an interesting like juxtaposition to start off with. I feel like I'm already looking into this too deeply, but oh, and I Wish I Hated You sounds like a really heartbreaking one as well. I'm probably really excited to hear that one. She gave me a cute little string number.
How can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? Aren't you really supposed to know that shit? Then I had this interaction I've been thinking about for like 5 weeks. Wonder if he's thinking about it too and smiling. Wonder if he's judging me like I am right now. If the sun refused to shine, baby, would I still be your lover? Would you want me there if the moon went dark?
Oh.
Would I be the one?
Would I be your eternal sunshine?
And if it all ended tomorrow, would you be the one on mine?
I really liked that a lot. That was really pretty. It was also just very conversational, and like the tone of it. It felt like she was almost just talking to me and like telling me what was going on, and I really enjoyed that. And like opening up with those strings, and as I expected, that very like hopeful tone. I really loved that too. Yeah, I like the rhyming in that a lot. Like just the way, I don't know, the rhymes, the lines. I kind of want to listen to it again, but I don't know. It felt so short. I don't care. I'm listening to it again. Is that like the end of the world? I just love how atmospheric this is. It brings you right into like this other, you know, world that just feels super hopeful and sweet. And
how can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? Feel it in your bones and own that shit.
It just feels like she's talking on the phone with me or something. Like, hey girl, how am I supposed to know I'm in the right relationship? And I'm like, girl, I don't know.
Wonder if he's thinking about it too and smiling. I'd rather tell the truth than make it worse for you.
I love this. I don't know.
And if it all ended tomorrow.
It really sounds like she's about to say, would I be your eternal sunshine? But then she never does. And I'm almost like, why didn't you say that?
All ended tomorrow. Would you be the one on mine?
I love that. I am not one for intro songs, usually. You know, every time the album starts with an intro, I'm like, this could go either way. It could feel like an unnecessary kind of opening track that I'm probably never going to listen to again, or it could be something like this that I really think just brings you into the album in such a cool way. I don't know, I just love the way she set this album up, and that made me really more excited. After, you know, Yes and just felt like it was a bit different from some of her music, felt very familiar and comfortable and like in her wheelhouse of what she does best. I just think the production was very like classic Ariana in a way, and yeah, her voice, it just, yeah, like it was very comforting, classic Ariana to me. The next one is called Bye. Pretty excited for this one, because why is it the second track?
Bye bye, boy bye.
Boy Bye. Oh.
This ain't the first time I've been hostage to these things. I can't believe I'm finally moving through my fears. As I grab my stuff, quickly just pulled up in the driveway. It's time. Bye bye. I'm taking what's mine.
Oh my god, I already want to listen to this again just because there's so much going on.
Over again, you know.
Okay, I don't know, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on in this song and it's just like taking me a minute, but I really like this. I really love that beat in the background.
I join you on the floor, but this dance ain't for me. Now it's just too late to choose me. My stuff quickly just put up in the driveway.
I love that.
Bye bye, I'm taking what's mine. Now it's certainly bittersweet.
Oh.
This look feels too hard to see.
This is like everything that I like about her music. It's hard hitting, but there's those strings. It's very peaceful. It's very calming, but it's also still like keeping you moving. Yeah, I'm so glad that I like this vibe so much more than like the Yes and vibe. But at the same time, I kind of hear Yes and in this music. Like I hear Yes and almost playing at the same time that I'm listening to this song, if that makes any sense. But Boy Bye, I just love the simplicity of that. Like Boy Bye, the wordplay, they sound similar. I'm a sucker for a wordplay. I love that. Yeah, kind of like an unbothered bop. Boy Bye, I'm taking what's mine. Very catchy, very hard hitting, but the strings, the peaceful vibes. Yeah, I don't know, loved it. Don't Want to Break Up Again. Okay, so that makes sense coming after the last song because I think she said something like Boy Bye, we're breaking up again. Okay, so I'm curious if this is gonna be a sad song or another like unbothered kind of anthem. There's already so much cohesion.
I fall asleep crying. You turn up the TV. Big day in the morning, so I take my time to self-soothe. I'm too much.
Oh my god.
I don't wanna fuck with your head. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again.
Oh, okay. So she's breaking his heart.
But I just can't refuse.
Oh my god. I love this shit. I love these higher vocals. Oh my god. I'm just so grateful that I like this. I'm really just so grateful right now that I'm having a good time listening to this.
I made it so easy. Spent so much on therapy. Blame my own codependency. But you didn't even try.
This is so conversational. I feel like she's just talking to me, telling me what's up.
I for you, so I really gotta do the thing I don't wanna do.
It has this like swagger to it.
We both know this time, so we say goodbye. Hope you'll still think fondly of a little this situation should have to end.
It's so catchy in the chorus. Oh, this layering and this like building up. Yeah, I love that one. That was my favorite so far, easily. It was super catchy. I already feel like that one could definitely be a single. I just feel like it had single energy written all over it. But the next one is Saturn Returns Interlude. Okay, we're already getting an interlude 4 tracks in, and the first track was an intro, so.
When we're all born, Saturn's somewhere. And the Saturn cycle takes around about 29 years.
I was fully prepared for a piano to just like slap me in the face, or like some beautiful strings to just literally send me to my grave. I was not expecting words.
Saturn's somewhere. And the Saturn cycle takes around about 29 years. That's when we got to wake up and smell the coffee. Floating along, Saturn comes along and hits you over the head, hits you over the head, hits you over the head. Wake up!
It flowed, and I'm wondering if this interlude was a way to break up the album. I'm very curious to see if we're gonna get more of that like supernatural kind of spacey sound on the rest of the album, because obviously like the end of that interlude, it felt like we were almost going through a space tunnel or something into another realm, and yeah, that was interesting. I don't really know what she said. I'm not sure who's saying this. Does not say. Cool. Okay, so it's about shedding old parts of yourself to grow into a full adult and become a more mature version of yourself. I was thinking of SZA while listening to that, because she just had a song called Saturn come out. And so I didn't cover it on the channel, but I did listen to it. So that's just where my mind was at when that song played. We've been relying on our cleverness, just floating along. Okay, Saturn comes along and hits you over the head. Wake up. It's time for you to get real about life and sort out who you really are. So yeah, it definitely sounds like a maturing kind of message. You know, you're done kind of like messing around, and it's time to like wake up and smell the roses and realize that you're a full adult who has to like actually decide what they want in life, which is a very scary place to be. Ariana Grande's 30. Okay, I fully thought she was like 22. Okay, probably not an interlude that I would go revisit, but it was interesting. The next one is the title track, Eternal Sunshine. I'm always so curious about title tracks. Like what is the heart of this album? What are you trying to really drive home to us? And it flowed right from Saturn Returns. I'm gonna replay that little transition there. It was a really cool transition. And she's giggling. Is it gonna be a little hopeful song?
I don't care what people say. We both know I couldn't change you. Can't rearrange truth. I've never seen someone lie like you do. So much even you start to think it's true. Get me out of this loop. So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest. Now I'm in my head, wondering how it ends. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like a Atari. Now it's like I'm looking in a mirror.
Oh, she said you played me like Qatari, is it? I don't know, some like gaming console. And then immediately I think there was a sound effect that is from that like game or whatever. This album so far is so conversational in the tone. I just literally feel like she is sitting down and like talking with me on the phone. It's so interesting. It's so different than some of her music, right? Like Dangerous Woman is these really big pop songs. It doesn't feel as intimate. It's a great album. It's an incredible album. I love that album, but it's just different. It's a different tone. I'm so glad that I am enjoying this album. I cannot even tell you. I was so scared after Yes and like so far, Yes and does not hold a candle to this album. It does not belong on this album. I don't know. It does not do justice to this album, in my opinion. But let's continue.
I found a good boy and he's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine. So I try to wipe my mind. Rather feel painless. I'd rather forget the no.
Love the flow.
So now we play separate scenes. Now he's in your bed. I'm laying on my chest. Now I'm in my head, wondering how it ends.
Okay, I just kind of like realized some lyrics that are happening. Verse 1, I couldn't change you, you couldn't change me, you lied. Then it goes into the pre-chorus. We play our separate scenes. She's in my bed, laying on your chest. So he's with another woman. I'm in my head wondering how it ends. I found a good boy and he's on my side. So, okay. So she's talking about 2 relationships here.
Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like a Atari.
This is a bop.
Hope you feel alright when you're in her.
What? Okay, she fully went like... Did she say in her? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I made that up. Yep, hope you feel alright when you're in her. Okay. Yeah, this is... it's a very intimate album. Like, it's a very... it just feels very intimate. And I appreciate that.
Won't break, can't shake this. Rewind. Won't break, can't shake this. Rewrite that.
Yes.
The first to say I'm sorry.
Oh, it gets better the more you listen to it.
Let you play me like a Atari.
This is the song.
I found a good boy and he's on my side.
Who is she talking about?
Deep breaths, tight, just like
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Rewind, rewrite. Deep breaths, tight, just like death.
That is the song. That is definitely my favorite so far. I know I've already said that twice, but that was the song. Like, such a bop, so catchy, super intimate, just super vibey. I don't know. I just loved everything about that. We are 5 songs in, and I have liked everything I've heard. I can't even fathom that Yes and is on this album. I'm like in denial that that song is even on this same album, because this is so different from that song, in my opinion, and just feels better. Like, it just feels better. Spacey. She's gonna give us like an alien bop.
Don't want nobody else around me. Just
Shut
need
up.
you right here.
Shut up.
I want you to come claim it. I do. What are you waiting for? Yeah, want you to name it.
Name what?
Scars, but says to me that I don't mind it all. It's taking over me. Don't wanna fight the
I am just now remembering that Max Martin produced this album along with Ariana, which is something I forgot about. I really like Max Martin. He worked with Taylor Swift. He's worked with all kinds of different artists, and I've always really liked him. So I'm not surprised that I do like this. I think it did throw me off when I didn't like Yes and, because I knew that Max was behind it. But yeah, this one's kind of just like, you're possessing me. I don't mind at all. It's almost like Don't Blame Me, Love Made Me Crazy. Like that whole vibe. Your love is my drug, you know, that kind of thing. I've never loved lyrics like that are almost make you seem like you're being hypnotized by love. On the one hand, it's true. Like, love does make you do things that maybe aren't smart or like you wouldn't do if you weren't in love. But on the other hand, it's like you still are a person who makes decisions, and you know, you have responsibility for your decisions. So I don't know. This one is gonna have so much replay value. I'm probably gonna go back to that one more than any other song. That was just straight bop for days. Yeah, I feel like that was one of the catchiest and just like the easiest to groove to, and I could see it being a single. The next song is called True Story. Again, I feel like it's gonna be her calling me up and saying, hey girl, this is what's happening.
This is a true story about all the lies you fantasize about you and I. I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm turning like a dime, wasting all the time, sneaking like a creep in the night.
Vocals are standing out in this one.
But I'll play whatever part you need me to. No, this is not what I need.
Interesting that she says, I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes. Because she has been made a villain on social media for her relationship with Ethan Slater.
Give me love now, give me love now. If it makes you feel better. For fun, you like to pray for my demise.
Pray for my demise. Media? So she says, this is a true story about all the lies. I don't know if she's referring to the media or if she's referring to a specific relationship, like the guy that lied. I mean, I'll play the bad girl if you need me to. That really makes it sound like she is referring to the media. Like she's willing to take the bullet and take the hit and you know, be the villain to everyone in order to be in this relationship. I don't know. Like she's willing to pay the price for love. That's what I'm getting. See, I like that one. I love that like heavier sound, that heavier beat. I wish it maybe had been a little bit more explored because at this point in the album, I'm struggling to feel as engaged as I did at the beginning. I think part of it is just like being in the middle of the album. I don't know. For me, in the middle of an album, I usually feel a little bit like, all right, you know, let's maybe switch it up or do something different, or I'm gonna need something here. You just get a little bit like complacent. And I think part of it is also some of these songs are just kind of like, okay, I feel like I just heard that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm still enjoying everything I'm hearing. But the next one is The Boy Is Mine. I'm super excited for this one. I don't know. I just love when the word boy is in a song title, and I don't know why. Ugh.
How can it be you and me? I'm usually so unproblematic, so in the
I don't know about that.
'cause the boy is mine. Something about him is made for somebody like me. God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
A lot of this album is like, I don't know, it sounds like she's referring to chemistry, like being pulled towards someone, being attracted to someone, and almost feeling like you can't say no because you're just so attracted, like you're so pulled in, magnetized to them. It's interesting. Like, yes, that is definitely a feeling. And like when you're so magnetized to someone, it can feel like you just want to throw caution to the wind and like go for it.
Boy is mine. I can't wait to try him.
Okay, I don't like that lyric, I can't wait to try him. That just sounds really objectifying.
I can't believe my mind. The boy is divine. Please know this ain't what I planned for.
Okay, why is this such a bop? Like, why is this album kind of low-key just a bop? I'm usually so unproblematic. I mean, girl, like...
Watch me take my time. I can't believe my mind. The boy is divine.
Okay, I want to say, she has spoken about this song. She said, this is a very bad idea, wink wink, but there is a large group of my fans that really do love a bad girl anthem, and this is kind of an elevated version of that. She also stated that this song is a sister to True Story. I mean, it was so good. Like, it was so catchy. I kind of want to just skip it. I don't like this song. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Genuinely kind of liking this song more in the context of the album. Once it gets into it, it's kind of fun to like sing along to. Just turn on the light and be right. Yes. Oh, I watched a behind the scenes where she sung the song in the booth, like you could hear her recording vocals, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I want more content like that in my life.
I'll change my most authentic.
Why is it hitting so much harder in the context of the album?
Why do you care so much? Was that right? Why?
I forgot about that lyric, and I'm like retrospectively processing it right now. Going into the next one, We Can't Be Friends. Wait for Your Love. Again, it's kind of going along with this whole mentality of like, we can't be friends. I'm so magnetically drawn to you. Like, I can't resist you. That whole kind of vibe.
I didn't think you'd understand me.
Oh, it sounds like you're entering a club.
How could you ever even try?
Oh, I'm ready to strobe to this. Hold on.
I don't wanna hide, but I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire.
Oh, I love this one.
Story time.
Shut up. Wait.
Tell me,
I just want to put on the strobe really quick. Do you see it moving different color, doing different colors? Yeah, it's a slow strobe, but it's strobing. So let me have this moment. Okay, anyway.
we can't be friends, but I'd like to.
No, I'm actually mad at this album right now.
Wait Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love. I'll wait for your love. Me and my truth, we sit in silence.
Oh, she took the sound out. She brought in the silence, obviously a literal reference to what she had just said before. And then she brought back that like club beat. And oh my gosh, this one is standing out in terms of like the production of it because it just feels a little bit different. It just feels like it's something a little bit different, spicing it up. It's kind of like bringing me back to feeling super engaged. Okay, that was so loud.
Girl, it's just me and you.
I don't know why.
I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna bite.
I don't want to what?
Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna
What?
bite.
Bark? I don't want to bark you. Did I tell you that I love this one? The verses are just so like, I don't know. They're just so good. I don't want to argue, but I didn't want to bite my tongue. Okay, I thought she said I don't want to bark you. I was like, what?
Think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood, but at least
Misunderstood.
we can't be friends. But I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens.
Oh, this one is so dreamy.
I'll wait for your love.
Oh, I'm so ready to like jam to this all day, every day.
I'll wait for your love. Know that you made me. I don't like how you paid me, yet I'm still here hanging. Know what you made me.
Oh my god, I just got so dizzy.
So for now, it's only me, and maybe that's all I need. We can't be friends. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. This is the best album I've ever heard.
I'll wait for your love.
Oh. It's just unreal. It's unreal what she's doing to me right now. I'm so glad I like this album. I can't even tell you. I really thought, yes, this part too. Oh my God. Ariana Grande, I'm about to punch something. I love that song so much. That was just like a bop. It was pretty. It was hard hitting. It was clubby. It was bouncy. It was catchy. It was everything. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm feeling some type of way because I did have a feeling. Like I had kind of a gut feeling that I would like this album despite the fact that the single wasn't my favorite. Sometimes I just like have feelings about albums. Not all the time, but sometimes I'm like, you know, I have a gut feeling about this. And I did have a gut feeling that I would like this album. And I'm just like so glad that I actually do and that it's actually coming true and my dreams are coming true. Okay, the next one is I Wish I Hated You. I'm so excited for this one because I don't know. I just feel like that's real. Like I wish I hated you, but I can't. Again, everything goes back to the magnetism. Like she feels like she has no control over this. She's just being pulled and like her autonomy is stripped away because she's just like, that's so cute.
Hung all my clothes in the closet you made. Your shoes still in boxes, I send them your way. I rearrange my memories. I try to rewrite our life, but no matter how I try to.
Oh my God, she's like, I want to wish you ill, but I just wish you the best. Like, I just wish that you were happy and I can't hate you. I can't wish you ill. Oh, this is so freaking pretty. I'm actually like kind of getting annoyed at this album. Like, why is it so good? This is the hard thing about like reacting at midnight is I'm like, I don't know if anyone else likes this album, but I know that I'm vibing right now.
No matter how easy things could be if I did.
Oh my God. This is so, shut up. This is so good.
I wish I hated you.
That's so cute.
I wish that weren't true.
It's just really cute.
Yeah, I wish I hated you. Our shadows dance in a parallel plane. just two different endings you learn to repair, and I learned to keep me in one place.
Oh my god, the lyrics of this one are beautiful. This is one of my favorites lyrically, without a doubt. I mean, our shadows danced on parallel planes. That's like the imagery and the vibe that I needed in my soul. I really like this more intimate writing from her. Again, where it feels like she's just talking to me. It doesn't feel like she's trying to put on a show or like write a bad girl anthem or like, you know, be like, I don't care. It just feels like she's being honest and raw. I love this one. This feels like a fairy tale, bedtime story type of daydream. Like, what is this?
How easy things could be if
I literally feel like I was bamboozled by the single. I feel like she just straight up lied to me.
I still feel same, yeah. I wish I hated you.
Shut up.
Yeah, I wish I hated you.
It's just so cute. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful and cute and sweet. And I don't know. It's just, yeah. That one just made my soul really happy. Come again?
Boy, come take my hand. Throw your guitar and your clothes in the backseat.
Oh my god.
I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside me.
Oh my god.
We know we'd rearrange all the cosmos.
Not the cosmos, rearranging.
Usually I'm fucked up, anxious, too much, but I love you like you need me to. Imperfect for you, but I'm not like that since I met you.
She literally answered my prayers with the second half of this album because I explained I was feeling kind of complacent, like, okay, let's kind of switch it up. And with these last few songs, she has done exactly that. Like, this is the most unique on the album I've heard so far. The most, I don't know. I love this. It feels like an indie rock song. Like, I don't know if I'm just making that up, but that's what it feels like to me. I don't know. Like, what is going on with this album? Is anyone else just like wowed by this? Like, truly just floored. A lot of the songs have a similar like vocal style to them, like where she's like just talking almost and talk singing. It just feels very like similar in that throughout all the songs. But like when the production changes or when there's differences like this, I also love the lyrics of this one and like the little like imperfect for you. Like I love stuff like that. That keeps it interesting.
Let's go tonight, 'cause there's just a few seconds left till tomorrow.
I think this, I don't know if this is one of her best albums. Like it might be. I definitely think it's better than Positions.
How could we know that this was a happy disaster?
Yeah, happy disaster. I feel like that's the whole thing she's trying to get at throughout this album is like, we were a happy disaster. We were something that occurred. We didn't choose it. We didn't plan it, but it just happened naturally. And it was happy because you're my eternal sunshine and you bring me so much happiness. But it was a disaster at the same time because of all the backlash we got. I don't know. If this album is about that relationship or whatever relationship it's about, I feel like that is the whole point and the whole heart of this album.
How could we know we'd make the bad stuff delightful?
That's kind of cute.
I know we'll be there for each other when we're feeling fucked up, anxious.
A lot of catchy hooks on this album. They're not like in your face. They're not like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, like they really work. God, this whole album, there's something about it that feels very understated to me. It's not in your face. I don't know. I feel like Thank You Next was a bit more like in your face. It was a bit more punchy. This is more just understated. It's understated. It's quieter. It's not over the top. I think that's the main thing I will say about it. It's just very tastefully done, in my opinion. It's not over the top. It's not forced. It's just very natural feeling. Just everything about it feels very like tastefully done. But anyway, this is not the end of the album yet. We still have to hear Ordinary Things featuring Nona, who is her grandmother, I believe, and they're very, very close. They're like besties, so probably gonna be cute. Is that rain? I don't know, it's just giving me like POV energy. And there's a bird.
We could go pop all the champagne in California. We could do anything that we like.
Ordinary Things.
We can hang out at the Louvre all night if you want to.
Rich Things.
But more time. No matter what we do, there's never gonna be an ordinary thing. No ordinary things for you, as long as
Ordinary. Okay, so this is kind of playing on the whole, like you make the mundane things exciting. We all should be so lucky to have a relationship like that where the person makes boring things more interesting. Okay, she's cute. She's a cute little moment. She's not my favorite, but she's still boppy.
you hit just like the first sip of.
Why did I think that was Nona for a second?
You hit like my biggest fan when I hear with the
Can you imagine if Nona just got on the verse? Like, that'd be pretty iconic.
sip of wine after a long day. You hit like my biggest fan when I hear what the critiques say. You hit just like I don't need no diamonds, just your time.
That's interesting. I don't need no diamonds, just your time. Because she has that song 7 Rings, which is basically like a flex on how rich she is, right? From what I remember about it, it's very like, I'm rich and I want rings and diamonds and things. I don't know. This is the opposite. This is like, I just want an ordinary life with you. You're gonna make it exciting. You're gonna make it interesting and sweet. And I don't want all those fancy things. I just wanna like come back to my humble roots. And then Nona's gonna come in, and that's like the most humble root of them all, is her family. Every hook, I just have to say, every hook on this album has been catchy. Every hook has been something that I can sing along to rather immediately. And that is like the power of Ariana Grande. She always makes music that is catchy to sing along to. I mean, with the exception of like, I think a couple of her albums don't do it as well as like others, but like Thank You Next, you know, she just writes really catchy hooks, and this is no different. Like, I think this might have some of her catchiest hooks that she's ever written. And that is really saying a lot. But like every single song, I'm like ready to sing along by the end. And it's so fun to sing along too. I'm just like ready to just party it up.
And when he'd come home and I'd see him and it gets off that train, it was like God Almighty arrived. I mean, I could have packed up and left a million times. You know, not that we never fought. You're in the wrong place. Get out.
Oh, her grandma's name, or her great-grandma, whoever Nona is, her real name is Marjorie. You know, I had a feeling going into this album that I might like it a lot more than the single. But at the same time, I was kind of scared. Like, what if that's not true? And I just end up not liking it at all and having to suffer through an album that I don't like. And that luckily was not the case. I loved this album from start to finish. It was very understated. And I think in the middle, I got a little bit bored because I missed those grand choruses and like those big production moments. And I really wanted some of those. But she brought me back to the album in the second half with some of the creative choices that were made in the production and everything. And just like the lyrical flow, I really loved all of the like lyrical flows on these songs. I like how it felt conversational, it felt intimate, it just felt very sweet at points too, like very cute and sweet, but also there were some moments that it hit a bit harder. I mean, there was a little bit of diversity in the sound, like toward the latter half of the album, but overall it felt super, super cohesive. And yeah, I kept thinking of Sweetener while listening to it, which is an album that I haven't listened to in a while, but I do wonder if it's like that album. I don't really remember Sweetener. I didn't like it, so I don't know. Because I know Sweetener, people have talked about how it's a very light album and it's kind of hopeful, and this was definitely hopeful. But yeah, sonically, I just feel like it was kind of bop after bop. They weren't super in your face. They weren't super punchy and hitting and like, this is a bop, but I felt like they were kind of chill bops. This is my album ranking. What are some of my favorites, some of my least favorites? Always open to change and evolve over time, and feel free to disagree with me. Thank you guys so much for being here for this release with me, and for all the releases you've followed along for, and I hope you'll continue to follow along, like and subscribe and all those things if you want to like support the channel and help me out. It really does help me out. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah. Bye.